Heyo, it's Omnidog here. Thousands of people, hundreds of people have asked me, one guy asked me to review the books that I've read this month. So to that one guy out there, here it is. You're welcome. And as always, please go to Organic Price Books, code Omnidog for $2 off your order. Big savings, 5% off, 4 more books or more. Omnidog sit. Fun. Okay, so what did I read in August so far? It's going to be a quick review of the books. Some of them I've highlighted and overviewed already. Some I haven't even talked about, but here we go. So the first one is Fatale. This is the compendium edition from Brubaker and Phillips. I'll go into this in an overview at length, but this is much different. This is a Lovecraftian horror supernatural book. There's a mystery there, but it's not his usual crime stuff. It's about a femme fatale named Jo and a cult that is after her because she's the key to bringing about the appearance of these gods. Whoops, can't show that. This book is very much not safe for work. Because there's a little bit of sex, a lot of gore, but there's also human sacrifice in it. So, and it can be disturbing. There's the part I didn't want to show. But it's great if you have the stomach for it. It's a great mystery. Jo is a woman who doesn't seem to age. Her kiss or just being in the presence of other men makes them do her bidding. She's not inherently evil. She's trying to escape the cult leader that's after her, but lots of people get hurt as she's trying to escape, and she definitely feels guilty about it. But it is completely a horror supernatural book. Lots of blood and gore and disturbing imagery, but a cracking good read, as the Brits might say, and the Scots, and the Welsh, and the Irish. I just finished this, Birds of Prey, by the fabulous Stephanie Phillips, Kelly Thompson. Stephanie Phillips is awesome, but this was Kelly Thompson's writing. I got the DM cover from Target, which has a fold-out poster in it, the fabulous David Nakayama's art. This is, as I said, from Target. It's hardcover. That seems to be the only place you can get it hardcover for right now. And Kelly Thompson writes, as you might expect, a great Birds of Prey story. The gist of it is they're trying to find Black Canary's sister, nicknamed Sin, off of a particular island where she is being held. And great danger lurks for her, so Black Canary has put together her Birds of Prey. Big Barda, Zealot, Harley Quinn, yay! And Cassandra Cain, who Big Barda refers to as Little Bat and Small Bat, and it's really cute. So that's the 5 of them. Did I name them all? Zealot, Harley Quinn. Yeah. It's the Birds of... Oh, well, they say it on the back cover. The Amazons. So they have to go to Themyscira to rescue Sin. The art is very good. The story is awesome. These guys are out to kick ass and take no names. They realize what they're going into almost means certain death for them, but they have to do it because it's Black Canary's adopted sister, Sin, and she is worth the risk for Black Canary. It moves very quickly. Dialogue is cracking. I like that word. I'm going to use it more often. And the odds are against them, yet do they prevail or not? Well, there's a Suicide Squad Volume 6 coming, so most of them survive. But there's a lot of different kinds of story in here. It's And by that I mean there are a few little subplots. You don't need to know anything going into this. Green Arrow 6, it says there are events leading, it says this is after Green Arrow 6, and the Wonder Woman where Tom King wrote, where the Amazonians are under assault from the US government. That's not important to the story. You can get by quite easily just reading this book, which is a ton of fun, and Black Canary does a great job putting her team together, and I just had a lot of fun. I knew I would have fun with Kelly Thompson's Birds of Prey, and I was not disappointed. If you're like me and you like the hardcover edition, go to Target. If you're not picky, then just order it from some online retailer. Organic Price Books. Another book I read that I loved, spoiler alert, I loved all these books. I've gotten really picky on what I order. So I order stuff that I'm almost sure I'm going to enjoy, and I did. This was released last year, the One Bad Day, Batman One Bad Day. This is the Riddler, Tom King and Mitch Gerads. These books are out of continuity. So Mitch Gerads, of course, his artwork is fantastic. I like Tom King, not gonna lie. It is, the Riddler has suddenly become extremely deadly and holding it over Batman's head as leverage that he knows Batman won't kill him. So Riddler basically has a field day, takes over Gotham, does whatever he wants, and it's interesting to see Batman's reaction. I love this book. This may be one of the better Batman books I've read recently. Certainly the best Riddler book I've ever read. Highly recommend it if you're a fan of Batman, Riddler, and or just good stories. So yeah, 100% I dug this book. And I'll be putting all these books in the description under a timestamp so that it'll be easily searchable. Next book I did a review on, big surprise to me. This thing was super fun. Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong. The Legion of Doom, led by Lex Luthor, figures out how to break into the Superman's Fortress of Solitude. And thereafter, a couple things in there, but the Toy Man grabs a gem that makes his wishes come true, and all of a sudden a portal opens up, letting Godzilla into our world and other kaiju. This thing is full of kaijus, and also sends one of the team members to Skull Island, where Kong is. So it doesn't sound like it should work, but it's like a popcorn summer movie. It works. It's big, bold, beautiful, funny, and I just really, really dug the heck out of this. I think you will too. Set your expectations for big popcorn movie and you will have fun. I didn't think I was going to dig a Justice League book versus kaiju. Heck yes I do, and I want more. Here's the best part of the book. Jason Todd gets knocked out with one punch by Batgirl, and it's awesome because he does, as usual, things he's not supposed to. This is a giant kaiju bat they're fighting. There's underwater kaiju. There's all kinds of kaiju. And since it's out of continuity, there are consequences. Heroes will die. I'm just preparing you that things happen in this book. Actions have consequences, as they say. Loved it. I just put out a review on Once and Future Volume 2. This is the slipcase edition, but you don't have to be like me and spend $10 extra for the slipcase. I had to because Volume 1 had the slipcase, and of course they had to match. Kieran Gillen and Dan Mora and Tamra Bonvillain for the colors are amazing in this book. If you want to know more about the book, please go to my review, which is a Once and Future review. Volume 2 picks up right where Volume 1 left off. amazing story of the resurrection of dead King Arthur and other folklore, not fairy tales, but although there are fairies in this and they are very real and they're nasty, myths. If they're stories, they can become real because the stories are given belief and belief makes them real. The artwork and colors are fabulous, and Kieran Gillen writes a great fantasy. I loved this book. There is a lot of bloody slashing and hacking around, so if you don't have the stomach for that, you may not be into it. But all kinds of legends and myths come to life in this book. These books, highly recommend if you're a fan of good books, good fantasy. Ooh, and the letters are really nice too. Who did the lettering? Wait, let me show you this and I'll give a shout out to the letterer. Once and Future. Just really, really amazing and fun. Yeah, here's the fairies. They're killers. Yeah, not to be messed with. Letters, letterers. Ed Dukeshire. Great job. Definitely love this book. Here's a book I think people know a lot about, but I don't know how many people have read it. That's James Tynion's adaptation of Dracula. This is the Universal Monsters series. I believe Frankenstein and Creature of the Black Lagoon are also coming out. Not sure who's writing those, but this is Martin Simmons' art, who worked with Tynion on Department of Truth. And it is a retelling of Dracula. Look at these bold, beautiful colors. I think Simons did the colors himself. Dracula is quite real in this, in Victorian, late period Victorian England. And if you're a fan of good monster books, this is very well told, very suspenseful. Here is a gentleman named Professor Van Helsing at the Gentleman's Club, where he is telling the doctor, the professor, doctor, guy who has, sorry, I'm just blocking on my words, guy who has a daughter and her friend staying at his home, and here's the fiance of the one woman, Mina. So this is pulled straight from the book, and they're initially very skeptical, but Count Dracula has a pull on these women and they start believing, and they should. It's super well done, as Tiny Onion is only known to do. I haven't read a bad Tiny Onion book yet, and Martin Simmons' art is fantastic. Colors are fantastic too. Loved this book. Dracula fans, rejoice. This is awesome. The second to last book I'm going to talk about, Jessica and I, Jess of Earth One Jess, on Talking Superman, we talked about the War World Saga. If you want a more in-depth review of that, you can search for Earth 1 and Earth 2 Jess Talking Superman. And we did cover the War World Saga, where Superman is drawn to Warworld, where Mongol Jr. is in charge, who has a slave planet, and the slaves are entire races of people from planets that he has subjugated and destroyed and brought the people to Warworld for his gladiator battles. He is evil to the max. He loves blood and getting his way. He is the personification of evil. Superman feels it's his duty to go there and free the slaves. One thing, before this book, I read the issues on the DC app. Superman has an encounter with something that drains his power. And the War World itself is powered by a fusion of red suns. This planet's big. So Superman has virtually no powers there and has to relearn how to fight. He puts together, and this is left out in the compendium, this is a very important book. I don't know why they left it out of the compendium, but Grant Morrison's Superman and the Authority, with art by the fantastic Mikel Janin and colors by Jordi Belair. This is Superman recognizing that he's going to need a team to go with him. So he creates his own authority to go with him. And it's going to be in the omnibus. So those of you who have the trades or the compendium, I am going to upgrade myself. So I'll be giving these books away in a future giveaway. But if you've got the compendium, if you've got the trades, go on the DC app or pick this book up and read it in between books 1 and 2. This is book 2, The Arena, and book 3, War World Revolution. It's a mystery to me why they left it out of the compendium, because it's really crucial for you to know who the characters are in the Authority, why he got them together, and what their purpose is. So definitely read this if you're reading the compendium or the trades, or wait for the omnibus, which sounds like it's going to be properly mapped out. The art is incredibly great. The story's great. Philip Kennedy Johnson does a great job on this book. As I said, you can go to my video where Jess and I talk extensively about it. We loved the entire thing, and actually I miscounted. That turns out to be it for what I read this month. Loved all of it. I am so happy to be in a period where there's so much good stuff being released, and we should be all very grateful for it. And soon, I will be going over European books and independent books, independent books, very independent. So that will be my goal for before the year finishes. So thank you for watching. Peace and love, peace and love. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment, hit the like button, etc. And be good to each other out there. Peace and love. Thank you for watching.